right, welcome back to Icons and Circles. So we had this rapport with Harry Tambuatco about why he chose to run for Congress.
Maybe the fitting question would be the other way around.
Um,
You come from a very strong political family. Let's even call it dynasty if necessary.
no naman.
Oh nga, no, wala sumunod,
No, because
But your father,
my dad, yeah,
the
well,
old man,
he-
Luquito Ablan,
and the governor.
and the governor,
But
yes.
you know, what is a dynasty? A dynasty is when you're all the members of your family or more
Like
than two.
Binay, Estrada, Cayetano.
Oh. Yeah,
Sabagay.
that's what a dynasty is.
Dynasty.
My dad took after, tried to fill in the footsteps of his father,
Yes,
the
I
late
remember.
Governor Roque Ablan Sr.
Hindi sabay eh.
Hindi sabay.
Hindi sabay.
Yeah.
But your dad is one of the most resilient politicians I've known. 30, 40 years in government, regardless of the administration. He has stayed the position, stayed the authority, and stayed the responsibility over all those years. It's interesting. Why you ask me why I'm coming in, I should be the one to ask you, being an Ablan, di ba? And the head of the group, di ba, of the family among your siblings. And you're the most political, actually, if you think about it. Why? How come you have not decided to? You have not even contemplated on actually stepping in.
Well, Harry, I don't know, but iba na yung politics, ngayon, no? It's like ang kalaban mo hindi tao eh. From what I have observed, ang nagiging kalaban ng kandidato is pera. Okay?
Iba na, no?
Iba,
But
and then,
that's-
like you said, they don't have platforms, It's
But that's why you and I have to make the effort to create this change, if anything, for our children, because the degeneration, degradation, if need be, of the political scenario has really, it's gone so low, immoral, well, it's always been immoral politics, because it's always for the greater interest. But it need not be. We can make the change if we make an effort to try. Now, if the people, the voters, don't want us to participate to make that change for them, to usher in better politics for the common good, I'm sure,
then it's their loss.
yes, it's their loss.
Yeah, but
It's
you
their
know,
loss.
what's good about people like you, Harry, is that you can analyze, you can criticize, but you come up with solutions.
Yes.
Iba yung
Hindi maingay lang.
Maingay lang, So,
Na may plataforma ako. When you ask me that question, ba't ako gusto pumasok sa Kongreso, I don't want to be as an administrator, meaning mayor or even governor. No, ayoko eh. I don't mind councilor, but it's too local eh. I think Muntinlupa doesn't need me because they have pretty good councilors and the city is growing quite fast with big investment in PhilInvest and the Zobels or the Ayala Group being there, and then you have all the posh units. It's become the second Makati, di ba, overnight.
right.
Now, that's with the help of the Zobels, their long-term thinking. Now, they don't need me there. I don't like to be the local administrator. Hindi ko trip eh. I don't want to be the local guy running the show. No.
Yeah.
I would like to legislate, and I wish to promote. But the only reason I'm running for politics or going into politics is simply because I have something to promote. I have a platform for the people of Muntinlupa. And actually, this may expand to it. It's not just Rizal, the province of Rizal, of which Metro Manila belongs to. It's Laguna. Kasi Laguna de Bay encompasses these two provinces. And Laguna de Bay is the only thing. Pag natapos na ako dyan, if I can do it in 3 years, maumpisahan na yan, I guarantee you, no one's going to be able to convince me to register again for another term. In other words, I'm not going to make it my career. Your father,
Now,
different.
this is your advocacy. This is your passion.
Yes, yes. And your father, baliktad, he was an administrator ever since.
No.
Nag-legislature din siya, but nag-administrator din siya, nag-governor siya, di ba?
No, but that was during Marcos' time. It was the sister of President Marcos, Elizabeth, who was governor.
That's
And
right,
then
that's right.
Bongbong was vice governor,
Your father was
first board member.
Board
so he was
member.
in succession. Yeah.
Hindi ba nag-governor si Roquito? I didn't,
Yeah,
I didn't
acting
realize.
governor.
Acting.
Because then Elizabeth died, and then Bongbong went abroad to study. So,
So,
it was
umakyat
that.
na siya.
Just for a short time. Yeah.
Alam ko, nag-legislature siya 9 years. 3 terms in a row, di ba? Tapos tumigil na siya.
Most of his political life was as legislator.
So talaga pala legislation ang gusto niya.
Well, he's a lawyer also.
Abogado. Tsaka he has a very successful law firm.
Mm.
I think it helps. I hate to say it, but alam mo, when you make laws, it helps when abogado ka eh. It's the line of work eh. Really. Lawyers who become congressmen and senators require lawyers around them to be able to make it work. And it's tedious. The readings are voluminous talaga.
Right,
And the understanding, the comprehension of the whole, the totality, rather than, okay ito, magandang idea ito, pero ganun lang isip mo, para kang kabayan na nakaganon eh. The ability to comprehend the bigger picture.
Right.
I'm a businessman. I've been a proprietor all my life, as you well know. But in this case, isa lang naman ang inaatupag ko para sa Muntinlupa, yun lang. After I do this, at least masasabi ko, been there, done that. Ginawa ko yan. Kesa maingay lang ako na
And you tried.
Yes, and I'm doing it now. It's no longer talk. I'm going for it. But I am not going to buy the elections. I'm not going to pay for it. And I'm not going to turn into the monster I wish to replace. Simple lang yan. Yun lang. But I go around and I talk to some Muntinlupa residents. If it's celebrities they require, then they should vote Nora Honor for congressman. Diba? We should make Boy Abunda president of the Philippines, if that's what the Filipinos want. Or what's his name? The very popular man in Channel 5, the entertaining guy, Revillame. They should make him Senate president. Diba?
He has the resources too.
He's got the money. He can buy it. Kung gusto nila, kung gusto ng Pilipino yan, yan. Huwag kayo aalma. You know, you make your bed, you sleep in it. Di ba? Huwag kayong bibotohin mo, tapos lalabas
Paano
ka
kung
ng
wala
tali.
silang bed?
Di, kung saan ka humiga, kung yan ang ginawa mo Di ba? I mean, first, boboto ka, tapos binoto mo, magrarally ka sa kalye, tapos lalabas ka, parang galit na galit. Ikaw naman bumoto niyan, ano ba naman? Unless, niloko tayo ng COMELEC, na ang smartmatic pala ang bumoto sa lahat ng tao, di ba? Which is also true, mind you.
Yeah, I know.
There are a lot of issues with the COMELEC, which I think needs real addressing, and Smartmatic, all the same.
Yes. Well, because we had that first election with electronic voting.
Although maganda yung idea, maraming palusot eh. Ang dami niyan ang daming issues niyan that we have to really address. And I think they should address it openly. I mean, ang daming safeguards na tinanggal na eh. Di ba? Yung source codes, ang daming na pinalusot na lang. Do you remember, 7 days before the election in 2010, di ba, niwala pa yung
microchip,
yung kinakabit, parang USB?
Right, yeah.
How could they have made 700,000 pieces of that in 3 days? Weekend pa yun, ha? And then parang kinilimutan na lang natin.
Right.
How can people lose an election with no votes? I mean, I'm sure the mother of that candidate would have voted for himself, and for him, and he himself would have voted for himself. Pero, sa distrito niya, 0 votes. How did 10 senators or 12 senators win in Maguindanao, and ni walang antay, di ba? Bilib ako eh, sabi, ngayon lang ako nakakita, lukuhan eh. Pero kanyari, COMELEC sa kabila titingin. Ano ba naman, di ba? Huwag niyo naman lukuhin ng Pilipino masyado.
Well, hopefully when you're in Congress, you can do something about it also.
Well, they're going to have to restrict me because I'm vocal. And I'll be transparent.
Then you'll have immunity from whatever you say.
And I will say it. I'll say it as it is.
Anyway, you still say what you want to think.
There you go. There you go.
And you're protected also from
immunity,
that.
While on plenary.
Right.
While on plenary, you can open your mouth. But...
No, but there's also this bill passed for the information.
Bill. Pero hindi pa naman
not passed yet.
Not yet. Pipirmahan na lang ng presidente. Let's see kung pipirmahan ni President Pinoy. You know, let's see.
Well, anyway, like you said, most of the giant media firms are for him.
Wala nang fourth estate eh. Except for GNN. And opinion.
Well, Well, yeah, I know that you're very passionate in everything that you get into, right? And I
You've
think,
known me most of my life. I don't do things halfway. It's either
yeah.
all the way or nothing at all. Di ba?
Well, anyway, I'd like to tell our viewers out there that for next year, for 2013, I'd like to invite those with advocacies, those who would like to share their um, social responsibility. You know, you're most welcome to get in touch with me. Text me, send me a text message. It's kindly flash my contact number. So you're most welcome to guess at the Icons and Circles, since anyway this show is under social responsibility. There's my number, 0916-277-7322. All right? Okay, Harry. So for 2013, what do you see, or what do you hope for?
Well, I would rather be the glass half full. There's going to be no doubt, based on perception, that the Philippines will improve. I believe that we are well on our way, based on statistics that are being promoted by government. Now, the international scene seems to be incongruity together with this government. And mukhang, whether it's GMA who helped build the infrastructure or this government, the economic statistics are good. Perceptions are good. The only issue here is, of course, there's the nagging question of the economic restrictions in our Constitution that needs immediate revisiting, because without FDIs, without foreign direct investments, you cannot go into large employment infrastructure, those that can raise 30,000 jobs, 100, 200, 500,000 jobs overnight. You need...
But this has been eluding us for the past...
but which is why we have to... We're the only country, I think, left in the world that you can't buy property here. Kailangan may Pilipino. Biro mo tatayo ka ng negosyo dito, 60% kailangan Pilipino. Kung ikaw ang korporasyon, isipin mo, you're a multinational, ba't ako pupunta dyan? I'm gonna be stuck with some local politician or some local millionaire, and he's gonna twiddle my thumbs. Di ba? Hindi pwede yun eh. And then they can't own property. Isa pa yun eh. How stupid. The 1987 Constitution has to be revisited, if only for the economic provisions. I also don't like the idea of every 3 years we have an election.
Yeah.
An election is very expensive.
Right. Yeah.
So, my gosh,
It was every 4 years before. And then they separated the national from the local. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, so...
I'd rather go back to the old system. I also don't like the idea of term limits. Just because Marcos stayed the longest period, let's not forget, it was martial law. It was within his power to do it. Gusto mo, tanggalin mo sa Constitution yung 1081. O, di ba? Kung ayaw mo may diktador.
Right.
Pero yung term limits, anong nangyayari dyan? Yung asawa, yung anak, ang tiyo. Kaya it gave birth to dynasties. Now, we have 80%. Well, it's registered as 70, but it's more of 80 actually. Of all our, those that get the mandate from the people, they're all dynasties. Alam mo, ang dynasty, ang pinaka-nakakatakot. Because a dynasty turns into oligarchs. Oligarchs require private armies. Na okay lang sana eh. Kung may private army lahat yan, okay lang yun. If they stay within their area. Ang problema, the word insatiable appetite, the two words. Greed, yung kakukulangan. Parating may kulang.
Well, I think that's why they probably put that 3-year
Term limit.
Three terms.
Yeah, 3 terms.
3 terms of 3 years. It's because once you're in power, I think it's human nature that you just want to stay there on top,
No, it's okay to stay there on top if you can garner the votes and the support of the people, meaning performing ka. Pero kung di ka performing, wag naman. Marami dyan hindi performing eh. Andiyan dyan na, my gosh, all you have to do is go to Congress, manood ka ng plenary. Pumunta ka sa, open to the public naman eh. Committee hearing. You will see how many don't really understand the issues that are being discussed. I don't know if it's incompetence or they just don't care. Alam mo, ang administrator lalagay mo sa legislative, ang legislative lalagay mo sa administrator. Dalawang bangkayan ha. Ibang-ibang expertise ng dalawa na yan. One requires a good manager.
Right.
And the other one requires study. Simple lang yun, di ba? Ganun yun. Ibang-iba yung dalawa na yan. You can have a terrific manager, a bad legislator.
Okay, let me ask you a quick question. What do you think about pork barrel?
No, I think there's a requirement for pork barrel. However, if that is the cause of why legislators, especially legislators, then let's do away with it. I'll accept it. You know, hindi makontrol yan.
Because, yeah, a lot of people now are saying, why is everybody trying to kill each other just to become a member of Congress? Is it because of the pork barrel?
That's probably true, but let's not forget, there are higher positions. If you want to make money, don't go into Congress. Mag-mayor ka, mag-governor ka. Yun ang talagang pera. No, you know that. Well, you well know. Magkano lang makukuha mo sa Kongreso? Sa 70 million in 1 year, sa soft cash makukuha mo lang doon, halos wala eh. Dapat marunong ka magmaniobra para kumita ka dyan. Ang kumikita talaga dyan, yung administrative. You tell me, di ba? Baliktad eh. Congress is nothing but a waiting position to go back to local. And that's where, you don't have to be in a premium city like Manila, Quezon City, and Makati. No, hindi na. Marami na ngayon, from Muntinlupa to Taguig.
Kahit naman mga barangay captain, it's really a bloody fight, you know, I mean.
Kasi pera, like you said, maybe that's why ayaw mo rin. It's a fight about money, not about for the people. You're right, it is. Well, I intend to change given the opportunity to serve. Sure, I'm being a true Filipino. At sang-ayon ako sa bayan na gusto ko yarap. Kaya tatakbo ako. Pero don't forget, I'm doing it to serve. Kung ayaw nyo, pwede rin, okay lang yun. Pero I will only run once. After this, ayoko na, tama na yan.
Alright.
Promote ko na lang Talk to Harry sa GNN.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining me this evening, Harry.
I'll see you next year, of course.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Too late for you to register, but, you know, to run for politics.
That's all right. I mean, sa akin, nasa Diyos na. I believe in, you know, leaving it up to His will. So, whatever He has in mind for me, for my family, you know, then I will submit to that. I mean, you know, and I think for you out there, viewers, those who have been following Icons and Circles, I thank you, and I hope that you will continue to support Icons and Circles, my show. This is Consul Aneta Vlad, thanking you, and have a wonderful 2013.